Hi folks, how you doing in this wonderful climate? If it's anything like me, you're probably doing your nut, sitting on hold 4 hours a day trying to get hold of the banks and the various other creditors, and don't even get me started on fucking Three Mobile. Anyway, if like myself, you're a fairly conscientious type of a person, then this is the sort of thing that probably kicks your anxiety drive into high gear. I do struggle with my mental health, and definitely with anxiety, and seem to have a bit of a form of OCD as well, in all honesty. So stuff like this, even though it's petty, it's not life and death, etc., etc., it can be really, really hard to deal with. And then on top of the fact that I have situations in my life that are far from petty and that are very literally life and death going on, it can definitely be the icing on the cake or the straw on the camel's back. So it's important that you learn to sort of get a grip, have a word with yourself, and reel it all back in. And at least I've had quite a lot of practice at dealing with the system. I've been immersed in the bloody system so deeply over the last 5 years. 3 court cases going on simultaneously, absolute nightmare. I've spent that much time in the system that I now identify with being scouse, to be honest. My mates, Ray and George Nick, are trying to put in a word for me, see if they can get my papers sorted. I'm working on my accent. I've not quite got it yet. Scouse kind of goes up at the end, whereas Manc goes down, like Manchester, yeah, whereas Scouse goes up, like Manchester, I'm sorry, I've not quite got the timbre down. I'm working on it. I'm going to see if I can maybe find a Rosetta Stone course or something and carry on. I'm also worried that I don't maybe have enough actual jail time, to qualify. I hope that doesn't go against me too badly on the points ranking system. But basically, they never found the bodies, and so it's a technicality, really. But I'm hoping that we can work our way around that. So if my good mates Ray and George Nick, they can put a word in for me, write me a reference, etc. Hopefully we can sort something out, and I can get my citizenship, because I feel at home there now. Like I said, it's where my heart is after just being completely fucking railroaded by the various systems in this country, the courts, both the Crown Court and the civil court over my kids. All been a wonderful experience. Anyway, it has been experience, and don't just go through it, grow through it. And I want to talk a little bit about some self-help techniques, and this is a really, really vital thing, especially in this day and age. Everyone is feeling serious pressure, unprecedented, horrific times. Not going to joke about that for a second. And like I said, some of us, myself included, do have people that are directly affected by this, and it is a life and death situation. And then when you've got that weighing on your head, and then you've got all the normal day-to-day bullshit of our system as it stands, well, it might not be standing for much longer. We'll see. But the point being, you got to prioritise, and you got to put yourself first. And it all starts with two little words: fuck 'em. Very, very important. Remember that, folks. On the days where you are really, really struggling, you got to reel it back in. If a day at a time is too much, break it down. Take it an hour at a time, or a minute at a time, or, as I often have to do, literally just one breath at a time. Because there's nothing that you can't handle for one breath, 1 second at a time. Nothing. And it's that sort of intense focus that you need to work on. And I've developed that, through fighting competitively, and in real life on the streets as well, although not out of choice. But there's nothing that brings you more sharply into the present moment than someone in front of you trying to take your head off, basically. It's like a very extreme form of meditation. I know, maybe at my age I should be, rocking the tie-dye and the joss sticks and, trying to get in touch with my inner child and all that crap. But doesn't really work for me. I need some lunatic in front of me trying to take my head off, and then I can find some form of peace. But in seriousness, you got to separate what are the problems of the virtual world and what is the real stuff that matters. At the end of the day, my family, my kids, my friends, on the whole, are okay at the moment, that'll do for me. And take it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time if necessary. And don't forget, you don't owe the world anything. The crux of my philosophy is that you are never ever in control of your environment, which is anything and everything around you and everyone around you that's not you. You are always in control of your reaction to it. And I worked that little gem out in the middle of what was nearly a fatal car accident. Bit of a minor miracle that I walked away. And yeah, that's partly where the title comes from, Driving Lessons from a Journeyman. I've explained that on another tape, the full extent of where the name comes from. But powerful lesson. And that was my second near-death experience. And finally, it sunk in. Yeah, you're not taking anything with you. Okay. The only thing you've got is the inside of your own head. If your intentions are good, if you're okay, if you're happy enough in your own skin, yeah, that's all that matters. Trust me. Okay. So when it's getting absolutely insane out there, and you're doing your level best to play by the rules and colour within the lines and all that, and the system is not helping you in any way, shape or form, because I can't help but think, I know they're overloaded, unprecedented situation and all the rest of it, but I also can't help but think that a lot of these banks, creditors and large companies are using the situation as an excuse to hide and try and screw every last ounce out of us financially. What good this is going to do, beyond me. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And there's going to be a hell of a lot of people just bankrupt at the end of this. Probably I'll be one of them. But you know what? Like I said, virtual world problem, bankruptcy. It's something that exists on a computer screen. Yeah. As long as I'm physically healthy, and more to the point, my family, my friends, my loved ones are, that's what counts. Stay with that. Stay with the breath. Take it one day at a time, and remember, I think it was Jesus that said it first. Fuck 'em. Really, really important. The other thing to remember, as always, don't be me.